welcome back to Bookish.Taylor. I am Taylor, and today I'm here to bring you day 4 of the StrikeBack Videoathon. And if you don't know anything about StrikeBack Videoathon, I will leave all of the information down below. Day 4 is sequels I want to read, so let's go ahead and dive on in. So I have 5 sequels here that I would really like to read, as well as a companion novel. First is going to be Ringer by Lauren Oliver. This is the second book to Replica, and it follows 2 different girls. One is Gemma and one is Laura, and it is a 2-sided novel, which is really cool. You can read it from Laura's side, or you can read it from Gemma's side, or you can flip-flop between the two. Replica is, I don't want to really get too much into it because there's so much that goes into this world, but it is basically following a girl named Laura, and she is in this kind of seclusion because she is a replica. That means that she is basically a clone. And there is an incident, and that brings Laura and Gemma together, and it kind of follows them separately before they come together. It's just so good. Next is going to be These Dazzling Heights. This is the second book in the, I guess, the 1000th Floor series. Yeah, it's really good. It's by Catherine McGee, and I think I read the 1000th Floor last year. I'm not 100% sure. But I absolutely fell in love with the characters and this world. It's futuristic, and basically everybody lives in this 1000 floor building. It takes up a lot of space, and the way that it ended really could have just left it as a standalone, but I'm really glad that there is an expansion in this story, and I'm really curious to see what my characters are doing and how they're faring after the end of 1000 Floor. Next up is going to be Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness. This is book 2 in the All Souls trilogy. Book 1 is A Discovery of Witches, and all I know is that this takes place right after the end of A Discovery of Witches. I've read 34 pages, so I am going to pick it back up and I am going to finish it. I'm actually going to finish the trilogy at some point this year. It's on my list of 18 to finish in 18. Matthew and Diana are 2 of my favorite characters, and this is definitely my favorite adult urban fantasy series that I've ever read. Next up is going to be Traitor to the Throne by Alwyn Hamilton. The first book is Rebel of the Sands, and I really enjoyed that. I think I read that it all runs together at this point, but I think I read it in 2016, right before I started booktubing. I think I would have to reread Rebel of the Sands because it's been a while since I've been out of this world, and all I know is that it follows a sharpshooter, and she's trying to get out of her town, and she meets this guy. But I will be rereading Rebel of the Sands before I read Traitor to the Throne, and the last book in this trilogy is actually coming out this year, so I'm really excited to finish this trilogy. And next up is going to be Endless Night by Kresley Cole. This is book 2 in the Arcane Chronicles. Book 1 is Poison Princess. I read that last year or the year before, I don't remember. 2016 and 2017 kind of blend together at this point. I'm really excited to see where the series goes and how it ends. So I know that this follows Evie, and she has learned that she has powers of Tarot Card Empress, and it's just very interesting because it follows the arcane characters on these tarot cards, and it's very good. And finally is going to be A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers, a companion novel to The Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet. That is easily my favorite sci-fi book that I have ever read. It's got so many diverse characters, such a wonderful, rich storyline, just the world building, fantastic. It took me a while to get into it, but once I did, it was a train that was not going to stop. I love it so much. Becky Chambers is instantly one of my new auto-buy authors, and I cannot wait to read this. It follows Lovelace and Pepper, who is I believe she does kind of this like engineering tinkering business in this world, and Lovelace is an AI, and I loved the first book, and I'm really interested to see how this goes. So those are going to be the 5 sequels and 1 companion novel that I want to read, and I think the majority of these I'm going to be able to get to this year, so I'm really excited. So yes, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye!